Good morning, sir. Today I'm going to answer the JS interview questions. And the first question is, what is Node.js and how does it differ from the other server-side technologies like Apache and PHP? And the Node.js is an non-blocking architecture which access the data asynchronously. And Node.js has vast ecosystem like NPM and which was often chosen for the many real-time applications like an application with a single page, etc. And using the Node.js, the flexibility for our app is also very more. And Node.js, due to the non-blocking of the Node.js, vast applications can be developed on it, and it runs on the server side, which uses the JavaScript language for execution. Coming to the second question, and the question was, what is callback function in Node.js and why are they commonly used in asynchronous programming? In Node.js, the callback function in general is an argument of a function to another function, in which when the argument function is executed, then only the main function will get executed. And this is due to the non-blocking nature of the Node.js, which means the Node.js will not wait for the other operations to be done, like read filing or database queries, etc. It's just do whatever the functions it has without waiting for the other functions. So this is called as the callback function in JS. And coming to the third question, the question is about the purpose of the package or JSON file in Node.js project, and to explain the properties found in the file. And the purpose of the package or JSON file in Node.js project is it acts as a manifest for the Node project, and it contains all the metadata about the project and all the dependencies which are required in the project. And the few key properties that I found in the file are the name of the project, and the version, the current version of the project, and the dependencies which are used in the middle of the project, and some of the command line keywords like start, which you are using as the npm, and there are few uh, few other key properties like main, the entry point of the project pointing to a main JS file, etc. And coming to the fourth question, the question is about the differences between the require and import statements in Node.js, when and why would you use one over the other. And the required and import statements in Node.js both are used to include the required packages into our application. And the first one required, which was used in which was established in a release of the Node.js, and it was in the EJS. And the required the require is used for the static needs, and it was also, and the import is used for the dynamic needs, and it was created by the CJS. And we would use require and import in many other cases, like in which, like We are using a new application or the older one which handles on a single Node.js file, etc. And the compatibility also matters when we use require or import and interpretability. And since import gives more accuracy and control over the system, and the require is done as synchronously whereas import is done as asynchronously. So each one of these are used as per the needs. And coming to the fifth question, what is the middleware in the context of Express.js? Can you give an example of how you could use the middleware in an Express application? And the middleware in the context of Express.js is nothing but the functions like the respond or request or the next. The application or the usage will be in the application level. It is used in every application, and coming to the router level, it is only used for the specific router, and while error handling, it only handles the error which is in the present uh, in the express. And well, coming to the example, and I would suggest an example of and when we import or include an module of app equal to require express, and while the app dot get is executed, the first one will be called as the middleware, and this middleware is can be forwarded to another like app dot require etc, which gives specific path of specific function to be executed. Coming to the question number 6, it is what is the RESTful APIs and how can you create one using Node.js and Express.js? Explain the main HTTP methods used in RESTful APIs. First, the RESTful APIs represents the representational state transfer APIs, and these RESTful APIs use HTTP protocol for doing the CRUD operations, which is create, read, update, and delete. And the main HTTP methods used in RESTful APIs are put, get, and the methods are put, get, and post, and delete. The get method will retrieves the information from the server, whereas the post method will give the information to the server for the storage purpose, and the put will rewrites the already written information in the server, and delete will delete the information from the server. Coming to the question number 7, and it is about the node package manager npm, and how can we use it to manage the dependencies in node.js project. And the npm will allow us to install the dependencies and manage the dependencies which are in the file called uh, which is a JSON file called as the package.json. And in this file, the npm will allow us to install the dependencies or delete the dependencies or manage or install a list of dependencies, etc. And we for the initialization we use npm.init to create a new project, and for the dependencies purpose we use npm install package name, and it will install the particular dependencies into the package.json. And For the deletion, we use npm uninstall, and it will uninstall all the dependencies in the package.json. And for the listing of the dependencies, we use npm list, which will list all the dependencies of the developer dependencies in the npm package. And for the updating, we use npm.update to update all the dependencies in the and package.json. Coming to the last question, why is it important to hash the passwords in the web application? Hashing of the passwords in the web application will give security for the user's information, and even the server owner cannot be assured of the passwords of the users. And this will increase the privacy of the user and trust between the web application and the user. Thank you.